Hi y'all, have you been to Dollar Tree lately? I have, and I recently found this Premier Just Cotton at the Dollar Tree, and that's what we're going to talk about today. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell down below. Yep, so I was at the Dollar Tree a few days back and I found this Just Cotton by Premier. I found 4 different colors, and I came home and researched it and found that indeed that there are 6 different colors that are available. The 2 colors that I didn't find at my Dollar Tree was a solid white and then a blue pastels. The colors that I see you have in front of you, this one is called a denim. Move these out of the way a little bit. So this one is considered a light denim. And these are all the same content, so it's Premier Just Cotton. This one's a light denim, size 4. Takes a 5.5 millimeter hook, I-9, 104 yards, 85% cotton and 15% polyester. Like I say, 104 yards. Machine wash and tumble dry. So this is absolutely comparable to their Premier Home, which I have here in a color. This one is Premier Home, 96 yards, 85% cotton, 15% polyester. This obviously isn't variegated, so it's only 96 yards, but definitely comparable to this as far as the composition of that yarn. The other colors that it comes in, let me set that aside. This color here is considered brick, and then here is blue, and then an off-white. And so looking close at these yarns, you can see that's the strand size. There you go. Price point, when we're looking at this, obviously this was from the Dollar Tree, and so 104 yards, it makes this 96 cents per 100 yards for this. When I compare this price-wise to the Premier, even if I get the not variegated, I get the solids for Premier. This is $1.89 and 131 yards, and it's $1.44 per 100 yards. So this is more expensive, but of course, truth be told is, how's it work up? And so that's what I actually want to do next. I'm going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm going to work up a few of the items and bring them back and show them to you. Be right back. All right, y'all, and I am back. So I took a skein of the denim, a skein of the brick, and the skein of the white, and I worked up an item. Let's move this out of the way. And what I worked up was a dish towel. And I'll show you there's that stitch definition. So this is a lot of single crochet, double crochet, triple crochet. This is in the wave pattern for those who saw the rug I made some time back. This is a similar stitch to what I did there. So this gives you an idea of how this works up. To work with this stuff in as far as feel, when it comes off of the roll here, it does not feel soft at all. And in here, it's not soft. It really doesn't have any drape. But it's absolutely appropriate for kitchen items. So let's take a look at the end of the yarn here real quick. I'll just use the gray. One of the things that I found that was concerning, this one's actually, is the twist. Let me see if you can, there it is. You see how loose that is, that twist is? And then when you start working with it, in white especially, for some reason the white is really loose. And it's actually, a lot of it is like this. On the white, it's already de-stranded. So I saw that when I first started fiddling with the white, and I thought, oh my gosh, this stuff is going to be crazy as far as splitting, and actually it wasn't. None of the 3 colors that I worked with, I actually had a problem with splitting. It works up fine, as you can see. I had no problem with that. I can move along with it pretty well. I mean, it is stiff yarn as far as that goes. It's not the softest stuff on the planet, but it does the trick to get in there and crochet with it. As far as frogging, again, not a problem with that either. So I can frog it right back out. The only concern that I had really, aside from the softness, is the way that it kind of looks as far as the end. Now I can tell you the gray is probably the easiest to work with. This brick color here, this stuff, for whatever reason, you can see there's part of the end right there. It's like that almost all the way through. I did it on this skein, on the one over there. I looked at another skein, you can see all the way up the line. This one is a hard one to work with, and it's also the least soft of the three. And so that's what I did with that. But as far as this dish towel working up, it did pretty well. And I also shared with you that I was going to work up something with the Premier Home. And so I used the Premier Home, worked up one of my quick little circles that I used. Used this for my scrubber, the same pattern, except for I've made it bigger. It's a double-sided job, and I'm going to use it for a heat pad. So it's a double-sided guy there. And this is the Premier Home worked up stitch definition. Obviously everybody knows about that. Super, as far as the difference for softness from these two, and like I say, these are the exact same composition of yarn. This one is 50% less soft than this guy. Now, then I also just add flavor on the back here. I made a bullseye in the center of solid Premier. Interesting enough, this is softer than this. And so if I had to go softest, the solid for the Premier Home is the softest, then the variegated, and then finally the one that's the roughest is going to be this here. Would I use this? Sure, I would use it for kitchen stuff, so it'd be appropriate. I already showed this to my husband and he's like, yeah, go make your videos so I could start using it. He wants this towel. So I would give this yarn, for the price point, it's really a great price point. So I would still give this yarn like a 7 out of 10 because it'll do the trick. I've already gotten it wet and dried it, and it held up okay. The colors are not as vibrant. I mean, it's showing better on the camera than it is in live person. I think the brick is better. I'd like to get my hands on the blue or that bright white just to see how it looks and how it feels. But otherwise, yeah, sure, for $1, I'll buy it again. All right, y'all. That's what I had to share with you today. I will link you up to other videos that I've done reviews, and so that way you can get a peek at those as well. Have a fantastic day.